And again, that's what I just showed you, this is filter one. Yes. So that's what's showing on the screen right now. The agenda. If you would like. Oh, sure, yeah, whatever you need. Yeah, probably see where you could share it in the screen.
Well, good afternoon. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. And welcome on the day, Thursday, the 9th of February, Peace and Justice Center Board of Directors meeting. We'd like to welcome everyone. And I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Let's start off with the roll call. Is Susie with us today? Tom Dent?
I'm here.
Lauren Weibart? Dave Don?
Dave, take yourself off mute, Dave.
Is there anyone, Tony, who you're wanting to unmute for board members? Who are your board members? This is all Tom Dent. Okay, and then who, David Don? Okay. Rowan. Okay.
Okay, now I'm here. Whew.
Take time and review your agenda for the day.
You need a motion. Yes? Tony, do you need a motion?
Yes, a motion to adopt the agenda.
I move that we adopt the agenda.
A second.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All in favor has it, so the agenda has been adopted for the day. How about the minutes?
Excuse me, very briefly, Tony. Do we have a quorum? There are 4 of us. Is that enough for a quorum?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay, just checking.
All right.
Approve the minutes.
Okay, the approval of the minutes for the January.
Did everybody see the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. I wrote them, I didn't see them. So I can't approve the minutes because I haven't seen them. So I abstained from voting or making a motion.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can we get a second?
Oh,
Mr. Tony, we'll post the minutes here in just a second once I get them.
Okay.
That way everyone can see them.
Thank you.
Just for clarification, was the agenda already approved? Because the minutes comes after the agenda.
oh, okay. Okay, where are we going now? Are we still waiting on approving the minutes? Is anybody set?
Actually, you're supposed to approve the agenda before you do your minutes.
We did approve the
We
agenda.
already did.
Yeah, we approved the agenda. So we're waiting on approving the minutes, and I can't take part in this because I didn't see the minutes.
Yes, as soon
All
as
them
we
being
get them.
emailed out. Oh, okay, super. But I have them.
Okay, while they're trying to load that. All right, just so everyone would know, all public comments will be held at the end of this board meeting, and we will be limiting that to a total time of 30 minutes. And do we have the Early Education Academy available? Are they present?
It's not.
Elisa, we'll send you login stuff right here, or whoever's doing it.
I don't know whose login that is. Okay.
Mr. Johnson, just so that you know, your video is kind of glitchy. It has to do with your internet connectivity. So you kind of look like a space movie.
Well, it's just like Dave Dons was moving too, so quite a few people have been moving.
Well, then all of you are in the same alien movie. It's great.
In a space capsule.
Miss Rowan, do you have a copy of the minutes that you might want to share or that you could send me so I can share it?
They were handwritten, I'm afraid, and I did email a copy, but I can't access my email from here.
Okay, I'll send it. Alrighty.
It's about 2 pages worth.
Lisa, does Susie have copies of the minutes? And she's trying to get them loaded, or what's going on with? Can anybody inform me on what's going on with the minutes?
Well, yeah, just have some patience, sir. We're working on stuff. So
Okay.
the minutes are up now from January 10th. Tony, the minutes are up. Can you see them?
Can we enlarge it? Or zoom it in?
Okay, I see that they haven't been really corrected. I asked for certain corrections and I don't see them even in the beginning. So again, I won't approve the minutes.
Your screen is frozen and glitching. Miss Rowan, are these the minutes?
They're the minutes I typed, but I requested certain corrections and clarifications and I don't see them on here. And this is only page 1. Can we go to page 2? Or the rest of page 1?
Would you like the second page now? You're muted. Miss Rowan, you're muted. Mr. Dent, you're unmuted. Oh, okay.
Okay, yes, go to page 2, if that's okay with everyone else. I apologize if I spelt Pajola wrong.
Do you all need more time with page 1 or page 2? Actually, for that one again. He wasn't muted to before. He must be having trouble muting himself. Okay.
Okay, if we've all seen the minutes, the board, can we move to approve them now?
Okay.
We motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Who's seconding?
I'll go ahead and second it. All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
So
All opposed?
I'm opposed. Even though I wrote them, there are clarifications and questions that I asked during the minutes that were not corrected. I didn't receive the clarification. I will get it sorted out, and I will make sure the minutes are all emailed. The minutes in their correct form are emailed out to everybody. I do apologize for my part in that. It's hard to take minutes with everybody talking, and I didn't have a laptop.
All right, Rowan, I do appreciate that. All right, non-action items. We have a presentation by a student from the Early Education Academy. The Paint for the Peace Club. Are they present? I don't know what's going on with my screen.
Yeah, there's some kind of technical problem. I don't know if you're hearing me, but it's really really not a good signal.
All right, yeah, Dave, I hear you. Okay, Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice, Susie. We're ready for the Early Education Academy.
Mr. Johnson, Susie's looking for that. She'll be right with you. What's their name? I don't know who that is. And Kate, I see your question. Would someone please put up the agenda? We have the agenda up. We took it down because we were looking at the minutes. The agenda will go back up after this presentation by students. And the flickering is, Mr. Johnson has logged out and logged back in, and we apologize for that. Carol, I see your question there. It's just a connectivity issue for him. Okay, so who are we looking for, Susie? Susie, who are we looking for? Oh, what's the name of the group, though? Is there anyone in the meeting from the Albuquerque Early Academy? So, Miss Tony, they're not here yet. I can talk about it. Okay, well,
Okay, if they're not there yet, let me see where we are. Okay, if they're not there yet, I don't have anything right now on the president's report. Do we have anything for the admin report?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, let me adjust my speaker.
no, you can go ahead. I adjusted mine.
I noticed. Okay. Yes. I just actually have a short talk just about, like I usually do, just the different things that have gone on, what we've done in the last month. Of course, you know, we continue to go to South Valley Academy.
Video on?
No. We continue to go to South Valley Academy. We continue to go to John Adams on Wednesdays. We are going into a partnership with Robert F. Kennedy Charter School. We went down there to talk about the Guns to Gardens program that they're leaning into and are working with them on that. We, of course, did the MLK March and tabling down at Civic Plaza. We did, we had Emily Peabody here doing a presentation. I want to thank everybody that came out to that. She's actually a very awesome lady. I enjoyed hosting her at my home and getting to know her a little bit better. I hope that she comes back through this way again. And Cheyenne actually helped work that evening, and so she enjoyed all the things that she learned that evening as well. We will be going up to the legislature later this month. And of course, we did a very, very, very quick turnaround, literally overnight, doing a press conference for the Tyree Nichols and what happened with that once the police body cam dropped. Literally that happened overnight. And we were very fortunate that we had all three news stations here, which was a feather in the cap of everybody who worked to make that happen. Albuquerque Indivisible and all the other groups that worked to make that happen. So, and I think that's all I have for the last, that we've really done for the last month. We did a really cool presentation this morning, but Tony, we can talk, if you want to talk about that now, or we can talk about it later. So
Well, go ahead and share that right now. Go ahead.
if Tony's still on there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and share what was going on.
So this morning, Cheyenne and I presented at the Ed Uprising conference that we were asked to present as part of the group that talked about the community, the youth civic infrastructure funding. And so we were actually presenting to a group of funders, one of those funders being the organization that gave Future Focus the $20,000 that was part of our grant. And so it was actually, it was phenomenal. It was incredible to hear Cheyenne present. I presented as well. There was lots and lots and lots of questions and really good feedback. We had lots of good conversations with some of the funders, and we have an opportunity to apply for a 3-year grant that would bring in $25,000 the first year, $50,000 or $75,000 the following 2 years. And so we'll continue having those discussions and waiting for that RFP to come out. And yeah, it was good. It was great to be out in the community and talking about the things that, you know, one of the things that we're passionate about. It was great for Cheyenne to be able to be in the room and talk about not only having interned while she was in school and what it's like now that she's out of school. So talked a lot about the Peace Rocks, which went over really well. A couple of people talked about how people they knew did rock painting and the therapeutic value of it. Talked about the social emotional learning that happens within talking circles and after school programs, and just all the different possibilities through funders for that. So that was really cool. It was very enlightening for us. It was a great opportunity.
That is great.
And that's pretty much all I have.
All right, we appreciate that. Thank you. And give our blessings to the interns and Cheyenne and all the rest of them that has been contributing. All right. Action items. Okay. Let me introduce you to the board and the members. Let me introduce you to Miss Lisa Christopherson. She is a community activist. And Miss Lisa has applied for the board, and we will be voting on this. But Lisa, I would like to give you a minute or two to go ahead and tell us about yourself and what you see in the center, and what could you bring to the center.
All right, thank you so much, Tony, for the opportunity, and to members. I myself am a due-paying member. For those who may not know me, my name is Lisa Christopherson. I'm one of the founders of New Mexico Stronger Together Coalitions, 44 different activist groups we formed during the Trump presidency, and I've had the privilege. We were protesting every single Tuesday out in front of the Sims building, every Tuesday for 4 years, and this is how we formed this coalition from various organizations. I do want to share just a little bit. When I was in high school, and I went to high school in Corrales, I had the opportunity to see, and Carol, I see your comment that the members need to see all of the nominees in the selection process. I'm sure Tony will address that. But when I was in high school, we had an opportunity, and it's a small school that I went to. We came to the Peace and Justice Center in the 80s to learn about government and the possible ways that we could help our communities and be part of the legislative process. So I actually registered to vote here at the Peace and Justice Center when I turned 18. So I feel like the Peace and Justice Center is a significant part of my activist life. And currently, with many different groups and on several different boards, I'm very, very excited about the programming, the restorative justice programming. So I'm a special ed teacher, and restorative justice is something we do all day, every day. So I'm very excited that restorative justice is something that Peace and Justice Center is a part of. I also appreciate, as Ms. Susie alluded to and talked about, the press conference that we did this last Saturday, put it together in like 12 hours to honor Tyree Nichols, but also to recognize that Albuquerque and this county and this state, Albuquerque police are the second deadliest police in the entire country, more than Los Angeles, and that's a much bigger population, more than Atlanta, where Tyree was killed. So that is something that's very near and dear to my heart, is how can we as a community come together. So thank you very much, Tony. I'm not sure if that's what you wanted to hear or when we talk about that. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Christopherson. Do the board members have any questions to Ms. Christopherson before we vote?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tony, one last thing, so sorry, I apologize. One of the boards that I'm on is the Alumni Association for the school that I went to, San Diego Academy. It's a private school in Corrales. And so I'm on that board and as a secretary. And part of my function on that board is fundraising. And so we have golf tournaments, because it's a private school, so the scholarships for students is very important. So we have raised almost $1 million in the last 13 years. We've been doing the different fundraising, etc. So fundraising is something that I'm also happy to help with should the board choose to put me on there.
Congratulations. I appreciate that. Do the board members have any questions? Lisa, I have worked with Lisa on a couple things. I'm very familiar with her, and that's why I take the privilege to nominate her to be on the board of directors here at the Peace and Justice Center. Now, do I have any questions from other board members? None?
Lisa, this is kind of a generic question, but as you may gather, we're in pretty desperate need of fundraising at this point. How do you see yourself contributing to our fundraising efforts in the future?
Sure. So I'm kind of an anal retentive detail kind of person, so that might be one way. And through the networking of the different organizations that I'm a part of and getting the word out. I've also through the all the protesting we've done in the last 6 years, made several I think important relationships with local media and so getting the word, that's how we were able to get all three media outlets here within a very short notice because we all have each other's personal emails and cell phone numbers. So Tom, I think I could just getting the word out, being a big mouth. Also, I don't know if we've looked at golf tournaments. There's different ways that we can raise money and fund pockets. And maybe others. Of course, this is a really good. He finds money through grants. But I don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Dunn.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions from the board? All right, I would like to place Miss Lisa Christopherson up a vote to be placed up on the board.
Sir Tony, there's some questions that are in the chat. I don't know if you want to address them now. Carol wants to know the members need to see all the nominees in the selection process. Nancy Harmon says, aren't you going to show all the nominees have them speak? How many are to be chosen? Not go one by one. And then Carol is saying, what is the selection process? Only 4 people make the decision for 80+ members.
You was breaking up most of that speech.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
It seems like it's a shortage down there somewhere.
It might be. So there were just questions in the chat. So folks wondering if we're going to go through the potential board members first, or go one by one.
So I'm trying to pull this up. Okay, we got that one.
Mr. Chair, can I ask a question while you're pulling it up?
Go ahead.
How many vacancies are there on the board right now?
I believe it's 3.
So there's a problem with us filling 1 vacancy tonight.
There are two, sir, Mr.
There's 2 persons.
2 other nominations,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, 2 vacancies, 2 nominations.
Okay, 2 vacancies. It's 2 vacancies. Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
There's one more comment. Shall I read it? Or do you want to read it? I forgot your name. I'm sorry. All I see is Dr. LMC.
I'm so sorry, it's Lisa.
Lisa.
The question is, ma'am, if you want to read it, that's fine too. You're actual board member. I'm just running your Zoom.
They're not questions, they're more comments. The bylaws require that a vote on the nominations for board CCC happen at an annual membership meeting and all members get to vote. This is Article V5 in the bylaws. Any members that have volunteered all have to be voted on in the annual membership.
Well, we can't discuss that stuff right there, And,
Yeah, we can't.
It's not even according to what we read, but we're not going to go into that. We're not going to get into that. That could be taken care of at a later time. But right now, we still got Lisa. We still got to handle the board business. Right now, we're going to take a vote on Lisa Christopherson as being placed on the board.
You have to make a.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Do we need to make a motion or just vote? I make a motion to accept Lisa on the board. So are we going against the bylaws? It's my understanding we approve the members here and elect the members here and they're approved at the membership meeting.
So you made a motion to go ahead and appoint her to the board?
Yes, I did, Mr. Johnson.
We got anybody that second that?
Where's Dave?
Where is Dave Dunn?
I don't see him. Okay, for the lack of not seeing Dave, I second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 I'm sorry to interrupt. David Dunn is in the video call. I'm just not sure if he's muted. But he's muted.
Yeah, David is muted.
So David, just unmute yourself.
David, unmute, please. David Don, unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I vote in favor. Sorry, I was muted all this time.
All right, all opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Christopherson. All right, the next one we have, I don't know if I can't see the whole screen about who's all on the call, but we have a Robert Bob Kermit who has a financial background and currently serves on the finance committee. Is he present?
He is. Mr. Clement, you've been unmuted.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr. Kermit, and hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us. Can you give us some information on you and what hopefully you can bring to the board or the Peace and Justice Center?
Well, the first thing is commit with to all of the members.
You're breaking up, Mr. Kermit.
All of this.
Bob, are you there?
And here, can you hear me?
We barely couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Lisa is approved as an official board candidate to answer that question.
Oh, can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, best with integrity to represent all members of the boards and volunteers in our quick background. I was involved in the Vietnam War. I have a degree in state. I spent 26 years with gain financial statements of municipalities, companies, and even the military. I learned to like looking at financial statements.
Hey, Bob, it's suggested that you might want to try to turn off your video so we can hear you better. You keep breaking up. You want to try to take off your video and see if your audio is better?
You want to close it up? I don't have a radio on, but so we just closed the door.
No, take off your Zoom video, please. Zoom video.
The video.
Yeah, we'll see if your audio is better. Try it now.
Okay, I turned it off for him.
How is this?
Sort of the same.
How is this?
Try speaking, yeah.
Can
Go
you
ahead.
hear me?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm
My sister's doing
the board and the members and our community. I've also spent time way back with war protests. I have sociology and an MBA. Oh. Okay. Priest in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, full of addicted people and all the societies involved.
Hey, Bob.
I think I can.
Hey, Bob, you might want to turn off your ceiling fan. That might be interfering.
To turn. Oh, how's that?
A little bit better. Keep trying.
I think it's frozen now.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you hear me now?
A little bit. Keep trying.
That sounds like a little better.
Okay. I'll start from the beginning. Um, started way back as involved with the Vietnam War. I taught sociology and an MBA. Chrysler Financial 26 and ended up reviewing a whole lot of dealership companies, large and very small, and the military. I learned and understand that they all tell. I also spend time working with addicted people and just please, and I don't mean that bad, it's just with the various agencies in Michigan and Illinois to be, I can say represent the board and the members and our community, and it's a middle peace is achieved in the street also. Is that or not?
Okay, we're gonna move on from that. He's having technical difficulties. But Bob, Robert, if you could hear me, to do this. We want to thank you for being with us today. And once again, Bob was trying to explain about his financial background, and that he currently serves on finance committees. So he has applied to be on the board, and we will take a vote on him to be placed up on the board. And I have a motion for Bob.
I'll make a motion.
You make a motion to what, Tom?
Approve Bob for the board.
Okay, thank you, sir. All in favor? Oh, do we got a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nah. Mr. Kermit, welcome. Thank you for your interest in serving.
Yay.
I can hear almost none of that. The audio there's more problems with Zoom I've seen in a long time. So it's just, I've almost could not hear anything. But Tony, I'm going to rely on your judgment, and I think you're doing the right thing. So proceed as usual.
Thank you, Mr. Don. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you. All right. So if we get, did we get anything from let me backtrack for the Early Education Academy. Are they present or do we have anything from them?
Is
Nothing?
anyone here from the early childhood? They're not here, Tony.
Okay, we will move on. All right, as we move on to finance, with Mr. Tom Dent and Miss Susie Sanchez Big, if you're ready, you can go ahead.
Well, I'll let you know that we've had some great conversations with Bob McDermott. Thank you for being on the finance board. Everything seems to be going as planned. I will defer to Susie right now.
Sorry. We're actually, I should have been paying closer attention when we were doing the agenda. We're actually going to defer the financials this month. I just on Monday got the bank statement and have not had a chance to meet with the finance committee. So until we meet, I'm assuming that that the committee won't be bringing anything to the board. So next month we'll have both January and hopefully February's report to present.
All right, thank you, Susie. Thank you, Tom. So we won't be able to approve the monthly financials. And non-action, do we have anything for non-action? Nothing on non-action? How about new business? And just to let everybody know that this annual meeting, which must be done before the 31st of August, we will have a new date that we will publicize before the end of this month. We will have a new date to have this annual meeting. Ms. Lisa.
Yes, sir. There's a question in the chat for you all. The question is, who is on the finance committee, please?
Myself, Tony Johnson, and Bob McDermott.
Okay, as once again, the rescheduling of the annual meeting, we will post it per the bylaws. 30 days in advance. So we will make a announcement sometime this month on the next. When the rescheduled meeting will take place.
And I assume that's after the March board meeting.
The annual meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely, yes. And something else for new business. Is Lisa Susie somewhere around there? Oh, I just want to know if she was present. Has anybody reached out to the U.S. Representative Melanie Stansberry? Because they had access to a bunch of grants that they wanted us to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Susie?
Sorry, I was unmuting, sorry. Yes, we reached out. We've been communicating with them and hopefully we'll get those applications in here in the next couple of weeks and we'll see what we qualify for.
All right, and if you need any assistance, please let me know.
Tony, did you hear Miss Susie?
Yes, I heard her, and I just replied and let her know that if she need any other assistance with Representative Stansberry, to let me know. So we don't have anything for old business. All right, as we move along. Okay, we have allotted 30 minutes for member of public comment. And I think Ms. Lisa, you had something you wanted to address?
Yes, I do. Of course, you know, kind of new coming back to the center, more involved. I mean, we've utilized the center over the last couple of years, but just getting more involved. And I just, perception-wise, am sort of concerned of the perception. And I'm not sure this is intentional, but just to share kind of from a BIPOC community member, it looks like and it feels like, and it may not be the intention, but it feels like that as soon as the center has started to diversify board members and members, you know, to the center and the programming, restorative justice, you know, Albuquerque schools that involves a lot of BIPOC folks, it just feels like there's a group of folks who say, you know, they want to shut the center down, and it just feels like this timing of it, that possibly it looks like or feels like that because you've got a lot of BIPOC folks joining in, now all of a sudden we want to close the center down. And I'm not sure if that's the intent, but that's the perception. That's what we're talking about with the folks the brown and black folks that I hang out with. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that was the intent, but maybe for those folks who have concerns, maybe something to consider. Thank you for your time.
For public comment starts, I have something I need to say. I'm
Yes,
resigning the board as of tonight. And my reason is personal, but I can share it with you, is that I have PTSD quite severely. And I have really, really had a hard time with the hostility and rudeness that I've been encountering in these meetings. And I just can't do it anymore. I would really like to stay involved, but I have to walk away from the center because it's just too hard to deal with. So that's what I need to say.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ms. Rowan. And I understand, you know, we had a discussion. I understand what you're going through, and prayers and blessings are with you. I'm sorry that this had to happen to you like this. And just let me just clarify one thing, in which I misspoke when I said August. The annual meeting needs to be done before March the 31st of this year. And we will have a new date set in February of this year, because we do have, according to the bylaws, we need to give you a 30-day notice. So once again, it's March of this year, March the 31st. And I apologize for that. All right. Now, Lisa, do we see anything else?
We do have, Ilsa Beal would like to, folks, if you'll just, there's a little hand thing. It's kind of easier to see, but yes, sir, I see Miss Beal would like to speak.
Hi,
Hi.
we're in the middle of this meeting.
Okay.
Hi, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. Lisa, I appreciate your comments about the BIPOC and the diversity, and that is of course very important, and I support your nomination to the board. I think you'll do wonderfully. You might not know, but the person who had actually suggested originally that there should be a pause with regards to the activity of the Peace and Justice Center is actually a Native American man. one of the board members, Dar. And he has actually also felt that he might have been a little bit pushed to the side. So, I mean, BIPOC is BIPOC. So it actually came from someone of color who felt that perhaps there just needed to be a restart. So I'm sorry if I speak out of turn, but I think that is an important point to just rectify. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beal. Ooh. Lisa, do you see anything else that we're allowed to comment on?
Just raise your hand. Miss Katie Stone would like to speak.
Hi, folks. Here, I'll put my camera on. Hello, nice to see you all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your volunteering for the Peace and Justice Center. My husband and I have been members for a long time, like most of the people on this call, probably like 30 years now or more, and pretty consistently. So we're the kind of members you would like to have, I would hope. I have been trying very hard to reach you. There's no contact on your website anywhere, like an email. So the only way to contact is to call, and that's not always terribly successful. So I would not urge you to put an email or some kind of contact that's easier to use on your website, and maybe give your website a little WordPress work along cleanup, because there's some odd things in there that I don't think you really want in there. Just tips, because I think that would be a good use of funds if you have money to spend for that kind of thing, or get a grant for that kind of thing, which is what I've done with my nonprofit. I did want to say that I've posted in the chat a few times concern about the bylaws. I've been trying to call you because I've been trying to find your bylaws, and it concerns me as a donor when I donate to a nonprofit and I cannot contact it and I cannot find bylaws, and yet it has staff. So please, please send out the bylaws or put them in a way where people can find them so that we can all see them. Because I kind of find election of board officers an odd thing. It's very different for every nonprofit, but I was always under the impression that member organizations somehow involved membership, which makes sense to me, and hopefully to you guys too, but you know, maybe not. I'd like to just read them so I can know and then not have expectations that aren't met, or the other way around. And I do think it's really wonderful that you're reaching into the schools, and I hope that all of us working with kids trying to build a more peaceful future have great success, and we have quite a mountain to climb in front of us. Divisive language is never helpful, and divisions between people on the left really serve a purpose that's not what our goal is it? So the more we divide, the more we're unsuccessful in the larger goal of creating peace. So I would urge the Peace and Justice Center board to take the time when you establish yourself and get full of maybe doing a retreat with some good board training to follow Robert's rules and that sorts of thing. And it would really, you know, be a good emotional bonding experience for you too as a board, and probably really help your efficacy overall. And that whole public perception where things are going south, I mean, I think it's a really small subset of the bigger community that has public perception problems with the Peace and Justice Center overall, but that's easy to lose if things are just like, you know, typos or whatever. I mean, it's just, there's dumb ways to lose that good public perception. Let's not do that. So I appreciate you, Pia. Thank you for doing that, putting the bylaws in the chat. So those are my comments. I just wanted to urge a little more transparency on the website, a little cleaning up of the website, easier to contact you all. And by the way, I tried to attend the last 2 meetings and spent the whole time in the waiting room. So I got here as early as I could to try to make sure that didn't happen again, but always check to see if there's someone in the waiting room even after the meeting starts. Thank you so much for hearing my comments, and thanks again for your service.
Thank you, Ms. Stone.
Is there anyone else who's wanting to speak? If you for public comment, just hit the little wave. I don't see. Katie, you still have your hand up. Is there anyone else? We've got Pia Gallegos would like to speak. Tony?
What's that?
Pia Gallegos?
Oh. All right.
So Pia, just unmute. No, we're sorry, we can't hear you. If you'll unmute.
Okay, hi, thank you. So I've just been looking at the bylaws that are posted with the Secretary of State. Now, the bylaws may have been amended since then. I don't know, but the board is actually a coordinating council. And according to these bylaws, it's the members who select the officers. The officers are president, secretary, and treasurer. And it's not a board, it's a coordinating council, but that's just nomenclature. But it says those members present at any annual meeting shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. And any member, wait, let me just finish. I just wanted to read it. Any member of the center may be on the coordinating council, and the council will be approved by the membership at its annual meeting. Now, I don't think that this is an annual meeting. So, the quorum of the council is not less than 1/2 of the coordinating council members. The council must consist of more than 7 members at a time. Vacancies will be filled by nomination of an existing council member and consensus of a quorum of existing members when the council membership falls below 8. So if we used the language of the bylaws, then it would be easier to make sure that they're complied with. And maybe they have been, but this issue with members and officers and membership and annual committee meeting, it needs to be a little bit more worked through. And if you'd like, I'm a lawyer, I do these things. In fact, I've created a lot of not-for-profits, and I do want the center to be very successful. I do want it to continue, and I am a person of color, and I am a Black Lives Matter person, and I really support race-based justice, and I do. You sound like a wonderful person, Lisa, and I'm not opposed to anybody at all, but there have been questions in the chat about following the bylaws, and so I just wanted to bring those things to your attention. Thank you.
Ms. Gallegos. Appreciate that.
Sir, you have Michelle Meanders. I'm sorry, Michelle, I don't think I ever understood how to pronounce. Do you mind sharing how to pronounce your last name? I want to be respectful. Oh, sorry, let me unmute you. I have my apologies. There you go. We're trying to do better with this one.
Thank you. Why haven't you considered any of the other people that have been trying to be board members for months and months? Who are very well qualified, and they're given no consideration and actually no feedback on their applications. They're told to do certain things and then they don't get any response. They've been asking many times, and none of them are listed here tonight. Do you have a reason?
We cannot elaborate on that.
What?
We cannot elaborate on that at this time.
Because you're considering 2 people who are brand new. You're not considering a bunch of people who've been applying for months and months. And
I appreciate the question, Ms. Meters. We cannot elaborate on that at this time because of legal reasons. We cannot elaborate on it.
Yes, that's why they're suing you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, ma'am.
Is there anyone else who's wanting to speak? Just raise your hand. Anyone? Katie, you still have your hand raised? Is that from before? No, okay, I just got your hand raised with there, sorry. I just want to make sure everybody gets heard who wants to be heard. Mr. Tony, let me just look one more time. And for those of you who are wondering how to get off of the share screen, there's a little up in the, mine's in the left-hand corner, are the different kinds of tiles, and you can see all or parts, and you can put it on the top or the bottom. So how many faces you can see depends on how you set up your Zoom. That's not something we control. Right, but they can put them all on the side. They can put on the top.
Okay.
We don't have anyone else. Sorry, I don't see anyone.
All right. Well, I do appreciate the comments and the information from Ms. Stone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Katie wants to go again. I'm not sure if you're getting twice comments, but. Tony, Katie wants to go again.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Thank you for helping me unmute. I'm sorry, I also forgot one of the most important things I wanted to say in my comments because I got so excited. First of all, thank you for the upgrade. Either you have an upgrade on your website or I've been seeing a cached version, which is totally possible. Thank you for upgrading that. Secondly, I understand there's consideration about a loan with the Peace and Justice Center. That's why I've been concerned. And I really want to dig into that more and understand that more. So I was sad not to see your financials. And I didn't see that you share financials with, membership at these meetings or the council or board. And, just like your statement balance every month from QuickBooks. These are just standard things that we share at our board meetings. Your statement of financial position and your, I don't know if you use QuickBooks, but these are just, you print them, really easy, and are public. So it makes sense to share them. Do you not share them at these meetings normally? That was a question.
Are you sure you want to answer?
You guys don't want to answer if you're going to share financials with board meetings? I hope that's not what it is.
Tony, I think that question's for you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do share them, and well, we can't go into detail, but we do share them.
Oh, do they normally come? Do you have like a board, if people attend these meetings, do you get to see like a packet that has that kind of thing, that has like, what's been happening for the month kind of stuff and all that, or no?
Yes, we do share that. And we also have a way that somebody could go, if they need more information, they can set up an appointment to go in the office and review everything.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I just meant like at the council meetings, as I'm listening to all this and seeing that you're losing board members, maybe I'm considering running. Maybe I'm considering of nominating people. And so what I want to know is like, if you're on this council, is there like lots of stuff that's known, like not in these meetings, and then these meetings are just sort of like the public face of a meeting, but like the actual financials, I would presume you guys, especially if you're talking about considering a loan, you're really keeping on top of those, I would assume. So, is that like happen in a different committee?
No, we present them during the meeting, the board meetings. We do present them. Could she hear?
Yeah, I'm still confused because I didn't see any tonight. You know? And I of course I couldn't get in the last two meetings, and I've never been able to see them, so I just was confused, and I'm worried about that loan consideration and the financial condition. So it's a little like empty walnut here to come and like be worried about your finances and hear like this much about your finances. So it's concerning. I'm gonna let you know that it's concerning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, is there anyone else with their hand raised? Mr. Chairman, I don't see anyone.
All right. Once again, I want to thank all the responses. Miss Stone, thank you very much. Miss Gallegos, we really appreciate your. What happened? Oh, somebody switched it. Miss Gallegos, we appreciate your response. And Miss Maddox. There's nothing else. I'll ask the board to make a motion to adjourn.
I didn't get them. I don't know where they got.
What?
Tom or Dave or.
I will make a motion to adjourn. I'm hearing a bunch of gobbledygook in the background though.
Do we have a second? Is Rowan or Dave, can we get a second? He can't unmute.
Sorry, I think I'm still muted. You
No,
still there?
We can hear you, Dave.
Okay. Yeah,
Second?
I'll hold on that because I couldn't hear what was happening. The audio was just terrible.
We were going to adjourn the meeting and Tom motioned for it, and then we need a second.
Okay, I'll second.
All right, meeting is adjourned. I want to thank everybody for participating. Everybody have a great evening. Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you everyone for joining. We are trying to get better at the Zoom. Thank you so much for your patience and your graciousness. Thank you everyone. We are going to try keep communicating through Zoom. We'll do a hybrid version. We're going to get better at it. Just give us a chance. Thank you everyone. Appreciate you all. Bye guys. And Mr. Clement, looking forward to working with you guys. Clement? I'm so sorry. I apologize. Wow. All right. Bye-bye, guys. I'm going to close it up. See you guys later.